Hello and welcome to another video and podcast from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is Joe and today I'm going to reveal my Game Week 17 team. I'll also quickly look back at Game Week 16, my future moves during the busy festive period, and there's a special focus on Christmas differentials as well. Just a reminder, do press that like button, it really helps us out, and do remember to subscribe, keep up to date with our latest videos and podcasts wherever you receive them. Okay, let's have a look see how I got on in Game Week 16. I got 55 points, fairly okay. We got Green Arrow up to 278k. I was about 300k, so a small Green Arrow there. Verbruggen in goal. Once again, Flecken outscored him. Flecken 3 points on my bench. Verbruggen 1. 8 Nori -2. Thank you very much. Good excuse to remove him because he's now suspended for a match. I have already removed him, but more of that a little later. Gabriel, 9 points. Thank you very much. It was good that he got a price drop. After that, people just obviously had enough that obviously maximum bonus and a clean sheet wasn't enough. Obviously, didn't see him score. Time for him to go. Okay, I think he's due for a rise. I think they've realised the error of their ways there. Houston was my newbie. I got in for Greaves because Greaves was. I just needed to firm up my bench a bit. With Greaves there, Greaves is just not playing. Or he could play, but I don't know. And Ipswich aren't clean sheets anyway. I can just do better. And last week I was talking about the really nice rotation between Bournemouth and Fulham. So a bit of a spoiler about my next move, but I already got the Bournemouth part in there for this week here. So I'm happy with that. I almost got clean sheet. Was almost in for bonus as well. So he's doing well there. Looks cemented in that side, hopefully. And while Snessi is out injured, I've got Palmer 3 points. Brian and Bomo, thank you very much, 9 points. Saka 3 points. Mo Salah got me 10 points. He was my captain. So I marginally did better than the Palmer captainers there. Very marginally, though. Chris Wood, blank, but not for want of trying. Almost got a goal. Very, very close to getting one there. Nicholas Jackson, 9 points. That was good. So that Chelsea-Brentford game was fantastic for me. So Jackson got an extra bonus at the expense of Mbomo, but it didn't matter because I own both, so it was fine. And Cunha got me 9 points as well. It remains to be seen whether I have to remove him, so that's something I'll talk about on this show. Flecken 3 points, Rogers 2 points, Lewis didn't play. Mikalenko, surprise, 7 points. Once again, I dodge his points. I don't think I've got any of it. I think I've got one of his returns. I've had him since Game Week 6. I've played him maybe once, and I've got a return. No, maybe twice, and I've got a return. But pretty much all his returns are coming on my bench. So probably time I started playing him. Although their fixtures aren't so good. So we'll look at the fixtures a bit later. But the fixtures aren't so strong for Everton. We've got Chelsea and Man City coming up next, and Nottingham Forest as well, and Bournemouth. So lots of attacking sides there. So maybe not for Mikalenko now. Okay, let's have a look at some Christmas differentials here. So I've got a table I put together. And I've got Jota at the top. And Jota is the picture as well, having a look at all of these wonderful differentials. So what I've done is I've sorted this by minutes per expected goal involvement. Jota's is very good because he's hardly played. So obviously he just came on, did well in a few minutes. So obviously his expected goal involvement is going to be pretty good. I've also made sure their ownership is well below 10%. I think Maddison on this list at 7.7 is the most owned here, but pretty much a lot of them here, 0.6, 2.9% owned. These are really good differentials. Also, they're pretty affordable, really, apart from one. I do have one sort of premium pick in here who's being overlooked at the moment. I put their FPL points as well. I also got their fixtures, see what's coming up. So Jota is top, as I said. He has got a mere 8 points in his last 6 game weeks. So this is all sorted by last 6 game weeks. But his minutes per expected goal involvement at 35 minutes, obviously massively skewed because he's only played a very short amount of time. Didn't start, came on as a sub, scored. Couple of shots inside the box. It's all promising, really. I think he's a great differential for the Christmas period. Liverpool's fixtures there: Tottenham, Leicester, West Ham, Manchester United. They can score in all of these, and I think Jota as a sub or as a starting player, if he's gonna get rack up some minutes, I think he's going to get you returns. Next on this is Madueke at Chelsea. being overlooked, but he is starting a number of games. Not every game, so he started 4 in the last 6 game weeks. But he's had 18 shots in the box in that period. Wow. 9 of those on target, 7 chances created. He has gotten a goal and he's got 3 assists. So he's got 4 attacking returns in the last 6 game weeks and he's only 6.3. We're all overlooking him because Palmer is in our team. People have gone for Enzo Fernandez, but Madueke there, he's getting returns. Jota is 2.9% ownership, by the way, and a lot of those will be dead teams. So, yeah, time to get him in. Madueke, 7% owned, a little bit more, but yeah, definitely going to give you a good rank rise should he get some attacking returns. Got Kluivert next at Bournemouth on pens. Got 4 goals, lots of pens there. No assists, created 8 chances, 11 shots inside the box. All but 2 of those have been on target. He's starting every match so far, but I think over Christmas you're going to get a benching from pretty much every player. FPL points, 37 points over his last 6 game weeks. Obviously, there was that game where he got a hat-trick of penalties, which is going to skew the stats a little bit, though. But for those... It's probably a bit sideways to go Semenyo to Kluivert, but if you were considering Semenyo, I don't like Semenyo as much. He's going to haul at some point because he shoots so much, but they're not quite going on target, whereas Kluivert is actually getting to returns, and he's on penalties, and he's 5.5. In an attacking side with good fixtures, and those fixtures are great. So I'll just go back to Madueke's ones, actually. He's got Everton, Fulham, Ipswich and Crystal Palace, so Chelsea's fixtures are grand. Kluivert got Manchester United away, Crystal Palace at home, Fulham away, Everton at home. See, these are good fixtures for Kluivert. Next up is Murphy. Overlooked. He should be... Sometimes last season, some videos I did sort of unfashionable picks ones. No one's going for Murphy. He's 0.6% owned. So you're getting pretty much every point. So if he scores, you're getting all of that in your 11, your starting 11 for that FPL game week. He's only 4.9 in an attacking Newcastle side. Isak's popular, obviously. Gordon, I've seen in a number of teams. Lewis Hall, obviously, is popular. But Murphy, if he's continuing to play on the right, he's racked up 23 points for 4.9. Pretty good. Ownership, mega low. Minutes per expected goal involvement. All of these are really good, by the way. The goal involvement is every 117 minutes. He has only started 3. So he's going to be some benchings. He's part of a sort of a rotation there. Gordon can obviously move over, play on the right. You've got Barnes on the left and, and so on. But I don't know. It seems to be working at the moment with him. So with 2 assists, 2 goals, 4 attacking returns for 4.9. Why is everyone overlooking him? But nevertheless, he's had 6 shots inside the box, 2 shots on target. So yeah, I think he's a really good differential. I mean, so low the ownership. Son at Tottenham has been popular in recent years, gone off the boil a little bit. Its ownership's only 5.1. It's probably because of the cost, 9.8. So if you want Saka, Salah, Palmer, that's the key 3 to have. It's really difficult to get Son in there. But for those that want to go for Son over perhaps Saka even, I think he's a quite good differential. He does have Liverpool at home, but, we've seen those can be high scoring, those games. Nottingham Forest away, Wolves at home, Newcastle at home. So a lot of home games, and Spurs can be Spursy, out of those fixtures. It wouldn't surprise me if they hammer Liverpool and Newcastle and then fail against Nottingham Forest and Wolves. But that's what you're buying into, and that's probably why his ownership is so low. Created 11 chances. He's had 12 shots inside the box. He's had 10 shots on target as well. And he's started 5, so he has been benched once. But yeah, another strong differential. As is Gakpo at Liverpool, like Jota. Now Gakpo is going to... So you've got Luis Diaz, Jota, Gakpo, Salah, Darwin Núñez, Chiesa's back on the bench, so he could get some minutes as well. So that's what you're buying into, really, and that's why his ownership is only 3%. But nevertheless, he's got across his 4 starts, he's managed to rack up a couple of goals, and he's got, as obviously like Jota, got Tottenham, Leicester, West Ham, and Manchester United. I think he's another strong asset, but what you're buying into with these players here is will they start, won't they? What I like about these players is if they don't start, like Son or Gakpo or Jota, Madueke even, they could come on and get some goals. Murphy as well, could come on and get you returns, and they're mostly budget friendly, and their ownership is very low. As is Maddison. He's the best one, Spurs, to get. No one's getting him. Well, apart from 7.7% ownership. So, over 9 out of 10 teams are not going for him. Minutes per expected goal involvement every 128 minutes. I think it's even better at home. And he's got 3 home games coming up: Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Wolves and Newcastle. He's had 7 shots inside the box, but 4 of those on target. And he's had 4 goals and an assist, 5 attacking returns. Wow. And great 6 chances. So he's making the most of his minutes. One of his the goal that was at such a tight angle in that last game was quite something, and that's what you want. You want a player who's in form, who's confident. As you see with Spurs, they're going to get some benchings, but I think he's a really strong option there. 7.6 for those who've got a sort of. So I've got Brian Mbomo in that place. Not really going to go anywhere for me. But if I was looking to move him on, or looking to, do something a bit different, get a differential in, Maddison, I think, would be very strong there. Evanilson at Bournemouth as well. I had to double check this ownership, 4.4%. He's really strong. I mean, in terms of replacing Cunha, for example, if he is banned, so I'm recording this on Wednesday morning, and you should be seeing this on Thursday, so you may know some more by then. But if I was to replace Cunha, Evanilson would be very, very near the top of the list there, because Bournemouth's fixtures, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, are strong. He's had 15 shots inside the box, 8 of those on target. He's created 9 chances as well. He's got 3 assists, so he's winning penalties, the 3 assists there. And also he's scoring, so he scored there. But yeah, 4.4%. I think this is a good bunch here. I'm tempted by some of them, but some of them I don't really have the places for. So, for example, I don't really have a midfield slot at the moment, which is annoying because a lot of midfielders here. But if you did, great. Evanilson, I'm very tempted by. I have been tempted by Gakpo as well, but a Jota coming back muddies the water a little bit. And I think I sort of prefer Jota there. But there's some really good, interesting assets there. And I think Murphy, no one's going to get him in. 0.6% owned. Even after watching this, even after my very persuasive argument for him, he still won't. No one's going to get him in. But anyway, some interesting ones there. Okay, on to next week for me. So I've got a picture of Salah here, because the captaincy remains on him. He's away to Tottenham. I like that game. I think there's going to be goals there. Even if Spurs are really good and do a Spursy thing and beat Liverpool, Salah's going to get goals, I think, hopefully. So yeah, I've got a 3-4-3. New in is Robinson. So out goes Ait-Nouri, in comes Robinson. I made that move early because I've got 2 free transfers. So I've got 0.6 in the bank. No, or is it 0.4? I think I've got 0.4 in the bank. So I can't do, for example, Jackson to Isak, which I was prepared to do if needs be. So I might not have got Robinson then if Jackson had been suspended, but he's not. But I am. Well, we'll come to Jackson in a minute, but I am a little worried about minutes for at least one of the matches over Christmas. So I've got Verbruggen in goal there. I've just actually this morning swapped to Flecken because it's like gambler's fallacy, really. If I remove Verbruggen, this is going to be the one where he gets a penalty save and a clean sheet. But every week I've had Verbruggen and Flecken, I've got the wrong one. Every time I play Flecken, Verbruggen outscored him. Every time I play Flecken, Verbruggen outscored him. So as a Brighton fan, I want a clean sheet, so I'm going to put Verbruggen on my bench. No, I mean, I think Flecken's got a better fixture at home to Nottingham Forest. I'm sort of hedging my bets as well. If Nottingham Forest is going to score, it's probably going to be Chris Wood who I'm going to play. So I'm hedging my bets a bit here. I don't have any West Ham, so if I wanted to sort of go all out, but I just cannot see West Ham not scoring against Brighton's backline. I just can't see it. Whereas I could potentially see Flecken at least make more saves. get me more save points. Anyway, Robinson's new in, Verbruggen's there, Gabriel's in. Didn't get rid of him. Lewis, I think, will play this one away to Aston Villa. Don't know about a clean sheet, but he can get attacking returns. Can also get a red card as well. So I'll play him. Palmer's my vice captain. Everton, obviously, they're in full part of the bus mode. So it's going to take a special player for me to captain them against Everton, I think. Salah will have them in a double game week, so that'll be my next chance, probably. Brian and Bomo is obviously at home to Nottingham Forest, so I think he'll do all right there. Saka away to Crystal Palace, lovely. As I said, Mo Salah, my captain. Chris Woods, playing him, definitely. Nicholas Jackson away to Everton. So I'm not actually that confident about that, but, it is what it is. He's not an urgent sell, put it that way, especially with those fixtures, Everton, Fulham, Ipswich and Crystal Palace over Christmas. Cunha is away to Leicester. If he's playing that, brilliant, because, he's by miles their best player, but he's been charged with violent conduct or something along those lines. So they should be getting a sort of a five-game ban at some point, 5, 6, 7-game ban. I don't know how long it'll be, but I mean, there's video footage of him in an altercation with a security staff member. So it all depends on whether it happens this week. So I might be saving the transfer if he looks going to be placed. So my colleague at Fantasy Football Scout, Mark Joblin, has done a bit of research about precedent here. Kudos, he found out. He had until 24th of October to respond. So Cunha's got the 19th of December, which is when you'll be watching this on the Thursday probably, to respond. But his punishment came on the 6th of November. So it was a couple of weeks later. Gibbs White had until 27th of September to respond. But he, in fact, received his ban once again well over 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, 18th of October. Bentancur, another one. He had until 19th of September to respond, but he received his ban on the 18th of November. So this says to me that I'm holding fire here until I know definite. I think we'll know before deadline. If there's any doubt around it, I'll move him on, and I'll come to, I think Jimenez or Evan Nielsen are top of my list at the moment, but I do think there'll be some reduced minutes for Raul Jimenez over Christmas. Anyway, on my bench, I've got Rodgers. As first sub, great first sub. Man City's defence, I'm playing Lewis, but I don't fancy the chances. Rodgers is good, but and I don't think he'll be rested for this one. Hewson, way to Manchester United. Mikalenko, last on my bench. Maybe I should put Mikalenko first on my bench, but I think all my players are going to play. Probably, I mean, obviously if Cunha isn't, I'll probably swap him out anyway. I could just play Rodgers instead of Cunha and just save that free transfer, because I would like Isak, I think, just as a shield, really. He has got Ipswich away. Aston Villa at home, I actually think, is quite good. Manchester United away, then Tottenham away. So they're okay fixtures. I wouldn't say Isak is an absolute urgency for me, but his ownership's creeping up. He's scoring most matches. So it's becoming a bit of a problem. But if Jackson can keep matching him, likes of Chris Wood, Cunha, or whoever I get in for Cunha, they could do well. Okay, let's have a look at some fixtures. So this explains my thinking over the festive period here. And this shows that Chelsea, Southampton, Fulham, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Man City and Liverpool had the best fixture run over Christmas. Meanwhile, Leicester, West Ham, Ipswich, Everton and have among the worst. Crystal Palace is down here, but that will change. They've got Arsenal at home. That's what's cost them. But then they've got Bournemouth, Southampton, Chelsea. I just wanted to mention Crystal Palace here. So around game week 19, I penciled in Palace. Obviously, they destroyed my team, Brighton. Thank you very much. At the weekend, Munoz appeals to me. He's just had he's having his ban this week, so he'll be, fine. So he's of great interest to me. Mateta is of interest to me, possibly as a sort of more longer term, or rather until I want to remove him. Option in up front, and Sarr as well, looking good value in midfield. So all of those are appealing to me. Eze as well on penalties, not to be ignored. So I've got a couple of games to sort of assess them. The reason I'm interested, Crystal Palace here. So you can see their fixtures here. Southampton at home is sort of when it starts, game week 19. They've got Chelsea at home. Okay, that's not so good. But then game week 21, through to 30, and I must confess, I stopped at Game Week 30 because I don't know when that takes me up to like April. All their fixtures are great. They've got Leicester away, West Ham away, Brentford at home, Manchester United away. That's okay for attackers. Everton at home. That could be the trickiest one, but that could be good for a clean sheet for Munoz. Fulham away, Aston Villa at home, Ipswich at home, Newcastle away, Southampton away. This is a really good fixture run. It's not I've never seen, but it's very rare you get a team where, you get a sea of blue, no little red marks like a Liverpool or Man City. So they've got a really clear run here. So that's why I'm thinking of Palace, Game Week 19, 20. I might, depends on what happens. But all of these. So if I need a defender, Munoz. If I need an attacker, Mateta. If I need a midfielder, Eze or Sarr. Especially Sarr if I need an enabler. So Game Week 17, I've already made that move for Robinson. Cunha to Raul or Avenilson. Or I'm going to hold if Cunha's not banned. Game Week 18. Now, this is what I was talking about, Jackson, rotation. So the gap between 17 and 18. 18 is the Boxing Day fixture, I believe. And that's going to be in a midweek. And we've seen what Chelsea manager does in midweek games or in the Southampton game. He has a midweek team. He has, because they've got so many players. So I think Nkunku's going to play one of these, and it could be Game Week 18. So I think Jackson to Isak would be sensible, possibly around then. Because, Chelsea are at home to Fulham, and meanwhile Newcastle home to Aston Villa. So they're much of a muchness, really, fixture-wise. Chelsea's fixtures are strong. Or I could just bench Jackson. Bench him. I'd just play Jackson and hope. And if he ends up, if that Southampton game's anything to go by, he'll be rested. Also, he's on 4 yellows. This might be one of, what they might do is he might just be rested for this one anyway. I don't know. But I want to have a good first sub. So Aston Villa, so it'll be Rodgers is currently my first sub. Away to Newcastle is not ideal, but that may have to do. Mikel, just have a look at Everton. Where are they playing? Well, Everton away to Man City. Do you know what? Chances are that'll be a Mikalenko 7-pointer, so I'll play him then. Anyway, so that's my plans, really. I've done half of that for this week. Got rotation for Christmas. Palace as well. I'll begrudgingly say that as a Brighton fan. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Good luck with your game week. Good luck over Christmas. I'll be back again next week, and obviously I'll be back for lots of videos and podcasts over the Christmas period to keep you abreast of developments for the festive fixtures. Take care. See you soon.